Good evening, I'm AJ Douglas and thanks for joining us. First, a man reportedly died in a home fire Sunday morning. The fire started at 578 Mullen Road in Newport. A spokesperson for the Maine State Police, Shannon Moss, reports a mother and son lived at the residence. 54-year-old Alan Easley perished in the fire and is survived by his mother, the homeowner. The Newport Fire Department requested that the State Fire Marshal's office investigate the cause of the fatal fire. Is still under investigation. In other news, a large police presence was seen on Harlow Street Saturday evening for a reported shooting. According to the Bangor Police Department, officers were called to Harlow Street around 5:30 p.m. for a person who had been reportedly shot. One adult was taken to a local hospital for treatment. 40-year-old Tyrone Kindred of Baltimore was taken into custody and charged with possession of a firearm by a felon. The incident remains under investigation. More information has been released regarding the shooting at Colby College in Waterville. After a non-student fired 2 rounds in a campus apartment building, Colby College has announced that no changes will be made to its academic schedule and midterms will continue as planned. According to the interim chief of police, William Bonney, Waterville and Winslow police responded to the reported gunshots within Colby College's Alphon apartment building around 1 a.m. Saturday morning. Police say non-Colby student Andrew Gifford of Waterville got into an altercation with 2 other non-Colby students, where one of them assaulted him earlier that night. Gifford responded by firing 2 rounds from a firearm in a crowded hallway.
Anytime you fire a gun in a crowded area, very bad things could happen. And in this particular case, nobody was injured by the gunshots. And, we're all very thankful for that. This is every parent's worst nightmare. And, our top priority is the safety of those students.
At this time, Gifford is at the Kennebec County Jail, and the 2 other men involved have been positively identified, but the case is still under investigation. Residents of the town of Holden say they are in shock after the sudden loss of Police Chief Chris Greeley. We asked our Holden community members to share their memories about the longtime lawman.
He was always a giving, kind, and sweet person, and we're going to miss him a lot.
He would actually talk to people, he would go out, he would help people, and he was a good guy, you didn't think of him much as a police chief, as a friend.
I mean, you couldn't ask for a better police chief, seriously. I wish all towns had someone like him.
I could tell you stories all day about the things that he did to help people. Great officer.
I really feel that he was an integral part of what makes Holden such a great town to live in. And there's going to be a hole left there for sure.
We are so thankful for Chief Greeley's service. Our thoughts are with the Greeley family and the entire Holden community. On a lighter note, a long-running Maine event has returned to the weekend. Organizers say that this was entirely organized by volunteers. Our David Ledford caught the story.
The 82nd annual Eastern Maine Sportsman Show is back after a 3-year hiatus. More than 100 vendors gathered at the University of Maine New Balance Fieldhouse to celebrate the return of the event, which many have called the rite of spring, signaling the change in Maine's seasons.
It's good to be back. I've always come to the show as a participant and enjoyed walking around, getting my fudge, and talking with all the different hunters and anglers and stuff. But it's nice to come back after a break and not being able to see people. Just get back to a sense of normalcy.
People have the chance to check out the latest outdoor gear, enjoy Maine food, and witness live demonstrations about topics ranging from animal calls to hunting dogs. Organizers say that all proceeds from the 3-day event will go towards scholarships for students, Penobscot County Conservation Association activities, and educational sporting programs.
The whole program is designed to get people to experience Maine outside. People spend far too much time inside. Kids have fine motor skills. They need to get outdoors.
While many gathered to show off their new products and learn new innovations in outdoor recreation, some say the event is also a great time to connect with an important population in the state.
There's a lot of veterans in our countries, especially in the state of Maine. And this is very valuable to be here at this show, because otherwise we may not see a lot of the vets that are passing by our booth otherwise. So it's just great
great we have this opportunity to share with them.
Organizers say the event is the longest-running sportsman show in the country. To find ticket and parking information, visit conservationassociation.org. In Orono, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
80 students from the Greater Dover area explored how to make positive changes in their schools during the Positive Action Team Summit. Our Matthew Jaronczyk has the story.
After months of discussing how to promote positive school environments, students from Dexter Regional High School, Penquist Valley High School, and Setamocha Middle School came together to share ideas during the Positive Action Team Summit.
All the kids are going to work on this initiative to try to make a difference throughout the entire county, and then individually in their schools, their positive action teams work on issues within the school to try to make a difference.
Members of their respective positive action teams address problems such as substance abuse prevention, bullying, and mental health by shedding light on issues that are not often talked about in schools.
Our positive action team has sponsored events for suicide prevention or drug use and just bringing awareness to issues like that.
The positive action teams are a collaboration between local schools and Northern Light Mayo Hospital. The summit featured Maine Director of Opioid Response Gordon Smith as its keynote speaker, who shared strategies around opioid prevention and reduction as well as prescribing practices. Dexter Regional High School junior Miles Grant says being part of the summit helped him gain an understanding of issues he was unaware of.
I do feel like people are learning stuff, especially with the Narcan training. I had no clue what was really going on in that sector, but I went and now I feel more educated on it.
As the summit concluded, students say networking with their peers helps spark conversation for positive change.
In my mind, I've already been thinking of other events that we could host here or something like that I've taken from sessions and just ideas like that. Everyone's taking something from it and something positive from the event.
Matthew Jaronczyk reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
An elementary school student in Monroe was arrested after being found in possession of a gun on school grounds Friday. Members of the Waldo County Sheriff's Office say they responded to Monroe Elementary School at around 8:52 a.m. Friday after a report that a 10-year-old student had a firearm. Law enforcement personnel say they worked with the school staff to detain the student and seize the weapon. One parent shared her concerns after picking up her daughter from the school.
We should have been told what was going on rather than hearing it from our kids. First message I got from my daughter was, "Mom, I'm scared." They should do thorough checks. I don't think the bag should be allowed without being checked. All the other schools, they either have their bags checked or they have clear bags. It's going to be hard to get, I know, my daughter back to school because of this.
According to the Sheriff's Office, there's no injuries and the student in question was placed under arrest and taken to the Waldo County Sheriff's Office. Both the Sheriff's Office and the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms are actively investigating the incident. Now let's turn things over to Jeff Weller, who's in now with the first look at our forecast.
Hey, AJ, thank you. Happy Sunday. Look at our temperatures today, back in the mid, even a few upper 40s across the area. Tomorrow is going to be a bit cooler, followed by a pretty good cool down in here on Tuesday into Wednesday. All right, so who would like some more snow? Raise your hand. Well, it's on the way. Potentially our first nor'easter is going to get in here later Tuesday, also into Wednesday. That could bring us a pretty hefty snowfall. For tonight, though, no worries at all. Lots of clear skies across our region today, but here comes our next system off to the west of us that will combine with some energy over here and move up this way beginning later Tuesday into Wednesday. On that track, we're in a pretty good spot for some snow and wind around here midweek. Our forecast, though, going forward, though, talking about the advisories already going up, a winter storm watch in effect back to the south and west of us that will likely be expanded in some capacity tomorrow. So our forecast ends tonight, though, we're talking about mostly clear skies, partly cloudy skies with low temperatures in the 20s. Your full forecast is coming up. AJ?
Thanks, Jeff. We'll be right back after this break. Stay with us.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Realtors at Morrison & Company with Next Home Experience have been serving satisfied clients since 2016. With more than $25 million in sales for 2022 alone, we hold the expertise to get you from under contract to closing during this very personal experience. Our modern and hands-on approach will get you where you want to be, faster and with less hassle. Call us today for your real estate options.
Dad, not another showing.
Here at Garrett's Auto Sales, we believe in fair prices, superior service, and always treating the customer right. We have a fantastic selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs to choose from, with some priced under $10,000. All our vehicles come with a complimentary 30-day warranty and can be seen at garrettsauto.com. Come see us at Garrett's Auto Sales, where we focus on you, the customer. We're located just 2 miles from the Brewer Walmart on Route 1A. We look forward to meeting you.
At Hood, our love for New England inspired New England Creamery. We make it with premium Hood milk and cream, then we overload it with the good stuff. Like Green Mountain Mint chip with a rich fudgy swirl, Maine Sweet Blueberry with real delicious blueberries, and Cape Cod Fudge Shop packed with fudgy truffles. Hood's New England Creamery, from Hood, for New England. Try all 13 flavors.
Buck is in critical condition and a medically induced coma.
He's not breathing.
911, all new this Monday on Fox. Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
There's nearly 300 openings statewide for all of the law enforcement agencies throughout the state of Maine.
Departments say to boost their ranks, they're thinking outside the box and even outside the state. How local police departments are revamping recruitment on the next edition of Law Enforcement Town Hall.
Gone are the days of staying up late to finish homework, as students are now turning to artificial intelligence to help them complete their homework. With the use of machine learning and natural language processing, students can now input their homework questions and receive immediate answers. Devin Dagnall met with experts to learn how generative AI is changing education.
Robots that can do your homework for you. It sounds like something straight out of the Jetsons, but with generative AI like ChatGPT, it's a new reality, and educators are taking notice.
The way we've thought about how to teach students has often depended on what technology was out there. After we had search engines could find facts, it was more about like, well, how do we write up those facts and present them? But AI like ChatGPT makes the presentation really easy. You can spit out a term paper in a matter of seconds.
I've got ChatGPT pulled up just to show how easy it is to use it and how diverse the applications are. So, for example, let's put in 100-second news story, broadcast script about students using AI to do homework. And if viewers at home were paying close attention, they would notice that our anchor unknowingly used a script written by an AI to introduce the story. What is most alarming is the fact that experts say there isn't a good way for educators to know if their students are using generative AI like ChatGPT for their work.
Thinking like, how can I ban this or how can I detect AI? That's not going to work, because the very nature of these learning technologies is that they adapt to whatever test you give them. So as you make a better detector, the AI uses that to make a better AI.
According to new media educator John Ippolito, the best solution for educators to prevent their students from abusing AI on assignments is to change the assignments themselves.
So there's a lot of ways that you could change your syllabi to adapt to these new applications. One would be to sort of make sure that you do things that only students can do, only humans can do. So for example, reacting to something that just happened in class or something that's local to your own community.
Ippolito and a team of instructors at the University of Maine have put together a program to help other educators innovate their lessons to avoid problems with AI. To learn more, visit learnwithai.org. In Orono, Devin Dagnall, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Plans to build the world's tallest flagpole in a Down East town are still up in the air. The Flagpole of Freedom project was proposed for construction in Columbia Falls early last year, and an estimated cost of $1 billion in a staggering height of 1,461 feet. The developers are Reeves Across America founder Maura Worcester and his sons. However, an attorney for the town, Aga Dixon, says they have yet to provide any concrete plan, and town officials are seeking a temporary hold on the for-profit venture until they know more.
It's not clear to us at this point whether that project is moving forward or what the status of it is. We don't know. We haven't heard from the developers in several months. The moratorium is an opportunity for the town to take some time and try to figure out how the town wants to grow into the future.
The town will vote on a moratorium on March 21st to determine if there will be a pause on the flagpole project and other major developments. Dixon says a recent town survey found that nearly 80% of town residents were already in favor of a postponement. From classes in carpentry and barbering to college-level courses in creative writing and even trauma counseling sessions, many prisons and jails across the country offer programs for inmates to reform. Fox's Kevin Cork takes a look at how inmates are trying to bounce back after COVID-19 lockdown stripped away their access to vital sessions.
COVID-19 lockdowns at the height of the pandemic put life as we knew it on hold, and across the nation's jails and prisons, similar lockdowns also went into effect, preventing inmates from taking part in counseling and academic programs. Advocates say are critical for their mental well-being and rehabilitation.
We need these programs. We need them, because if not, change is impossible.
Data collected by the Associated Press found the 10 largest state prison systems either stopped or reduced in-person visits for an average of 490 days during the height of the pandemic.
That little dark bubble of loneliness.
Inmates were not only prevented from seeing family and friends, but volunteers from various educational and therapeutic programs designed to help inmates reform their behavior were also barred from entering.
It was like being on an island by yourself.
Large inmate populations, combined with limited medical facilities, made controlling the spread of COVID-19 difficult behind bars. More than 3,100 prisoners died from COVID-related complications through the middle of January this year, according to data collected by the law school at the University of California in Los Angeles. Meantime, the nonprofit group, the RAND Corporation, found inmates who participate in any kind of educational course while locked up are roughly 43% less likely to be a repeat offender once they are released. I'm Kevin Cork, Fox News.
We'll be right back after these commercials. Stay with us.
The housing market is a constant crisis phase, and in 2022, make sure you are the first to the closing table and get looped and get sold with Next Home Experience today.
Come try one of our daily specials at Pat's Pizza in Hamden.
Tuesday, spaghetti or ziti with meatballs or sausage, only $5.50.
Wednesday, large one-topping pizza, only $8.50.
Thursday, get an oven-baked wrap for only $6.
Friday is fish and fries for only $8.
And Saturday, get a small one-item pizza with a fountain soda, only $8.
Bring the family to Pat's Pizza, 662 Main Road, North Hamden. Pond Hill Farms in Brooks, Maine offers 100% grass-fed beef in a variety of ways. Choose between individual cuts that are state inspected and ready to pop in your fridge or freezer. If you're looking to stock up, Pond Hill Farms offer the option to purchase hanging weight by quarter, half, or whole. We also offer live cattle if you're looking to grow your own herd. Pond Hill Farms also offer rental cottages with spectacular views of the farm and the Maine outdoors. Whether you're looking for fresh Maine meat or a gorgeous place to vacation, Pond Hill Farms is the place to be.
Finding the right vehicle for you and your family can be a daunting task. At Varney Buick GMC, our expert staff is here to make the journey as painless as possible. Our goal is to get you and your family in a vehicle that will best fit into your lifestyle. Communication is key, and our team makes sure to be completely transparent throughout the process, informing you on all of your options. Come experience Varney value. Only at Varney Buick GMC.
CEM DP Porter Contractors has been in business for over 40 years in the Bangor area. We specialize in design build for commercial, medical, and residential. We can assist our customers with anything from lot procurement to helping find financing for your project, along with building maintenance and renovation. CEM DP Porter Contractors is currently hiring in Herman for multiple positions, including carpenters and laborers. We offer vacation, holidays, a 3% IRA match, and competitive pay. If interested in applying, please contact Jason at 207-848-7486.
Don't spin out or crash while trying to buy your new home this year. Contact the Next Homie today. Get looped and get sold, and let Next Home Experience get you to the finish line.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
The CEO of Norfolk Southern says he is deeply sorry about last month's train derailment, which leaked toxic chemicals in eastern Ohio, and says he is determined to make it right. The derailment was the subject of a Senate hearing Thursday. Fox's Mark Meredith has more from Capitol Hill.
The events of the last month are not who we are as a company.
Norfolk Southern CEO Alan Shaw began his Senate testimony with an apology while recommitting his company to cleaning up the toxic mess left behind from last month's train derailment in Ohio.
Norfolk Southern will clean the site safely, thoroughly, and with urgency.
The accident sparked outrage from East Palestine residents who fear the release of vinyl chloride will create long-term health problems.
It will touch me to the cellular level when I get diagnosed with cancer, ALS, or whatever is going to come down the road.
Today, both state and federal environmental experts testified the air and water remain safe.
EPA monitors have not detected any volatile organic compounds above levels of health concerns.
Norfolk Southern is committing $20 million to help the community, but pressure is building on the company to ensure those impacted are cared for in the future.
You talked about covering the needs of the people of East Palestine. Does that include paying for their health care needs?
Senator, we're going to do what's right for the citizens.
A preliminary NTSB report found a wheel bearing appeared to overheat moments before the disaster. Congress is now considering new rail safety legislation, from requiring increased temperature monitoring to spending more on hazmat training.
The future has to be about passing the Railway Safety Act. It's bipartisan. That never happens around here on big bills, or rarely.
Shaw says his company is making safety improvements, but stops short of supporting the bill. Ohio Senator J.D. Vance called the disaster a wake-up call for Washington.
A certain segment of our leadership feels like the people of East Palestine are a little out of style. They have the wrong politics, they're a little too rural, maybe a little too white.
And in a bit of bad timing, only hours before today's hearing, another Norfolk Southern train derailed in Alabama. However, no injuries or hazardous chemical spills were reported. On Capitol Hill, Mark Meredith, Fox News.
Critics are slamming President Biden's budget proposal, pointing to concerns that his nearly $7 trillion in proposed new spending would add $17 trillion to the federal debt. All this as the White House pushes back on reports that it's decided to approve a major oil drilling project in Alaska. Fox's Lucas Tomlinson is at the White House with more.
President Biden says that trillions more in government spending will be paid for by taxing the wealthy. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy says the spending is out of control.
So it's not a revenue problem, it's a spending problem. We've got more money ever coming in. The problem is that the Democrats in the majority, they increased spending by 30%.
The Wall Street Journal says the Biden budget will grow the debt by $17 trillion, a roughly 50% increase. Here's the chairman of the House Freedom Caucus.
We can solve our debt crisis responsibly if we shrink Washington and grow America. McCarthy's not going to cut a deal with Democrats. Speaker McCarthy's not going to cut a deal with them.
Here's what's in Biden's budget. Increasing taxes on those making more than $400,000 from 3.8% to 5%. $842 billion in defense spending. But it's notable that it's a roughly 30% increase over last year, which amounts to a cut when you factor in inflation is over 6%. and defense spending is now at historic lows as a percentage of U.S. GDP at a time when many want to see U.S. forces grow to handle China and replenish depleted U.S. weapons stockpiles used to arm Ukraine. Speaking of which, there's $6 billion more to support Ukraine and Europe, $26 billion to strengthen the border, $3 billion to help poor countries deal with global warming, and the funding for over 100,000 police officers across the nation. The White House is denying reports it has approved a massive $8 billion oil drilling project in Alaska over the objections from environmental groups. The president's apparent about-face comes as an official announcement over his re-election campaign looms. Alaska Senator Dan Sullivan says the project will help Alaska natives and lower gas prices. As a presidential candidate, Joe Biden said he would never approve any drilling projects.
No more subsidies for fossil fuel industry. No more drilling on federal lands. No more drilling, including offshore. No ability for the oil industry to continue to drill. Period. Ends.
It's estimated the Alaska drilling project will create more than 2,500 jobs and generate more than $17 billion in revenue. At the White House, Lucas Tomlinson, Fox News.
For many women, daycare that's located right at their workplace would be a dream come true, and it appears now that it will be a dream coming closer to reality. A report by the Wall Street Journal says new government incentives and the desire by companies to recruit and keep workers could make the benefit more common. According to Best Place for Working Parents, a network of businesses promoting family-friendly practices, roughly 11% of its members provided on-site childcare between April of 2021 and last September. That's up from about 9% in 2020. The Biden administration is also requiring semiconductor manufacturers who want a piece of nearly $40 billion in federal incentives to provide affordable childcare for their workers. In other news, Iowa caucuses may seem far away, but some potential presidential picks, official candidates, and unannounced hopefuls are already making ground in the state. Fox's Alexandria Huff has more from Washington.
The Iowa caucus less than a year away, so whoever wants to secure the first Republican win of the nomination contest next February really needs to get to work right now. That's regardless of making the big announcement or not. Both Governor Ron DeSantis and former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley stopped in Iowa yesterday. It's the second visit there for Haley since kicking off her run for the White House. Former President Trump is scheduled to visit the state on Monday. He's currently in his third straight presidential bid and has taken some clear jabs at DeSantis along the way, who has not announced but is considered Trump's leading rival. The governor has indicated that he's waiting until Florida's state legislative session wraps up in May to make a decision, and it's been a busy one, as he highlighted in Iowa yesterday.
So we say very clearly in the state of Florida, we will fight the woke in the legislature. We will fight the woke in education. We will fight the woke in the businesses. We will never, ever surrender to the woke mob. Our state is where woke goes to die.
White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre was asked about DeSantis' use of the word woke. Listen.
When Republicans, extreme Republicans, these MAGA Republicans, don't agree with an issue or with policy, they go to this conversation of woke. But that is not actually policy. What that turns into is hate. What it turns into is despicable policy. That is just hate, and it is shameful.
Governor DeSantis has riled both support and criticism, specifically for pushing back against what he sees as progressive agendas in schools. Today, DeSantis visits Nevada. In Washington, Alexandria Hoff, Fox News.
We'll be right back after this break. Stay with us.
Welcome to Fantasy Island. There is so much here for you. All you have to do is take it.
Fantasy Island, Mondays on Fox.
Markdown Madness has started at the Furniture Gallery, and we're in the game to save you money. Introducing our starting lineup. 10% off all in-stock recliners for the best seat in the house. 10% off all adjustable bases to upgrade your sleep and be game day ready. And up to 70% off all clearance items. The Furniture Gallery brings you better brand names plus a bigger in-stock selection, all at the lowest prices around. Hurry in to catch all the action. Find your best value at the Furniture Gallery in Augusta, Bangor, Gorham, Newport, and North Windham.
At Hashi's Auto Enhancing, our focus is on the appearance, longevity, and value of your vehicle. Does your undercarriage look like this? You can go from this to this. And if you have a new vehicle, you can avoid this. Our annual undercoating service will add years of life to your vehicle. At Hashi's, we also do rhino linings. We can rhino rocker panels, bumpers, trailers, side-by-sides, and more. We take pride in making your ride shine, inside and out. Book one of our detailing packages.
Bring your ride to us to protect your investment.
Find meaningful work in behavioral health care, like Shelby, who works in multiple settings caring for children with a background of trauma.
I was motivated to join the behavioral health field because I had decided that I was going to advocate for children with similar backgrounds to my own. I find that the most rewarding part of my job as a behavioral health professional is the emotional gratification in seeing my clients succeed.
Visit mainjobs.care/Fox to learn more and make an impact through a compassionate career.
Maine Commercial Solar offers a variety of services including solar systems design, sales, maintenance, and installation. Maine Commercial Solar can help you with existing or new systems. We offer packages for installation by others, or we can help you build your own solar array, smaller residential, or anything in between. Maine Commercial Solar is currently hiring in Herman for multiple positions. We offer competitive pay, a 3% IRA match, vacation, holiday time, and a family-oriented environment. If interested, please call Jason at 848-7486.
Hanks Husqvarna is your full-line Husqvarna dealer with 2 convenient locations, 32 Old State Road in Carmel and 19 Moosehead Trail in Newport. Whether it's tractors and zero turns, chainsaws to trimmers, or pressure washers to snow blowers, everything is set up, serviced, and ready to go by our certified Husqvarna technician. And all sales are backed by our in-house Husqvarna warranty. For parts, service, or sales, stop in to Hanks Husqvarna, Carmel or Newport.
Daylight savings is here again, but some are hoping this could be the final year when time springs forward and stays forward. The move to make daylight savings time permanent, it could soon get another push to pass as law. The Sunshine Protection Act passed in the Senate last year, but it hasn't been approved in the House. Some medical critics want permanent standard time instead. They say changing time messes with our biological clocks, while some studies have found heart attacks, strokes, and traffic accidents increase after time changes. More details on this subject. Government leaders on Capitol Hill are deciding whether to make daylight savings time a permanent year-round operation. But as lawmakers weigh in on the pros and cons, medical professionals say the time change poses several health risks, and we should be aware of. Fox's Madeline Rafferty reports.
Sunday, people across the country, except in Arizona and Hawaii, the only states not observing daylight saving time, will turn their clocks an hour ahead.
I wish we could just have one time.
But regardless of if you're for or against it, the CDC says daylight saving time can pose several health complications, citing how the disturbance to our sleep pattern can increase our risk for heart attacks, negative mood swings, and even instances of deadly car accidents.
We're doing things and getting light inputs at times that are at a mismatch for our biological systems.
The CDC also says it takes the average person about a week to adjust to the time change. But for young kids and teenagers, it's harder to get into the swing of things.
They have a higher need for sleep than adults do. If we did away with that, kids would be getting tired at a time that makes a lot more sense. They would be more ready to wake up. Adolescents have a natural biological delay in their circadian rhythm. They naturally become night owls. Their natural biology says you should be staying up later, you should be sleeping in later. And so daylight saving time just pulls that in the exact opposite direction.
On the other hand, some supporters say
an extra hour of light at the end of the day could help tackle obesity and diabetes by allowing Americans to explore the outdoors while reducing stress, blood pressure, and the risks of heart disease and stroke.
To help reduce the impacts of daylight saving time, the CDC recommends people go to bed 15 minutes earlier each night leading up to the change. Marianne Rafferty, Fox News.
With spring break just weeks away, folks in Florida are making sure they do everything to keep people safe, including equipping bars with Narcan. Fox's Patrick Perez has more on the story.
Narcan is really easy to use. It's a spray that goes up your nose, and it can reverse a fentanyl overdose, for example. But depending on where you go, it can be pretty costly to buy, and that's why there's such a big push here in Daytona Beach, especially during spring break, to make it available to as many people as possible. Daytona Beach is a place to be this time of year.
Spring break, truck week, bike week. We have so many events here. You just don't know what's going to happen.
And there's never a better time to prepare for the worst.
With all the fentanyl and things getting laced, I mean, it is terrifying. And big cities like this, always going back to the events, you don't know what is getting passed around.
Taylor Casper, a bartender at Surfside Tavern in the Shores, says they stocked up on Narcan after a scare with one of their customers.
It's necessary to have just in case. You don't know what people's medical underlying issues are. You don't know if they're going to drink too much or if they were doing drugs that night.
And that's why Project Opioid founder Andre Bailey is passing out Narcan next week to as many people as possible.
Restaurants, bar owners, leaders in the community who might be around young people if, God forbid, there's an overdose.
Bailey says he knows they can't stop people from using drugs, but at the very least, the Narcan can help save a life if necessary.
As bad as the deaths were 5 years ago, it's double now. Like, it's insane.
Andre says that they provide training and education for every sort of Narcan kit that they pass out, but you don't have to wait for anyone to give you one. Right here in Volusia County, you can get a Narcan kit for free at the county's health department clinics in both Daytona Beach and Orange City.
Saturday marked 3 years since the World Health Organization declared COVID-19 a global pandemic. Friday, the House of Representatives voting unanimously on state-approved bill that would declassify intelligence documents on the origin of COVID-19. The bill is on its way to President Biden's desk, but he hasn't said if he will sign it. Fox's Charles Watson is in Atlanta, the home of the CDC, with more.
The White House says it is reviewing the piece of legislation, and so far, President Biden hasn't really indicated which way he's leaning on this particular situation.
Will you sign the bill to declassify the COVID intelligence?
Hey, Mr. President. So no clear decision from the president, but a very clear one from members of the House who overwhelmingly voted for the Director of National Security to declassify information related to the origin of COVID-19. It is perhaps the strongest message yet from both Republicans and Democrats, indicating that Americans have serious questions about where the deadly virus came from and how to stop another one from spreading uncontrollably in the future.
This should be an easy vote, because this is just about science.
If it looks like a duck, swims like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck. Folks, this screams like a duck.
This is certainly a different posture for Democrats in relation to 2021, when House Democrats really refused to bring this bill sponsored by Republican Senator Josh Hawley to the floor. It's been a point of contention also between U.S. intelligence officials who are at odds on whether the leak came from a lab in Wuhan or spread from animals, possibly from a wet market in Wuhan. A lot of this really came to a head earlier this week after former CDC Director Robert Redfield told lawmakers that Dr. Fauci denied him access to internal conversations about the origin because he sides with the lab leak theory. Dr. Fauci denies the accusation.
I didn't put him or take him off. And it's really disturbing that in a public hearing of a congressional hearing, he makes an accusatory statement that has no basis whatsoever in reality.
And if President Biden does sign this bill into law, then the Director of National Intelligence will have 90 days to declassify and release the information, all of the information that's been gathered on the origin of COVID-19. In Atlanta, Charles Watson, Fox News.
Next with our full 5-day forecast.
It wasn't just a little bit of soot on an old family photo. It wasn't just a couple of books soaked in water. And when you called Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration, you were not just another customer. That family photo hangs high yet again, and those irreplaceable first editions stay cemented in history. You keep the memories, we'll handle the rest. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration.
The FlexSteel Spring Semi-Annual Sale is in full bloom with fresh savings on fabric and leather reclining and stationery furniture, tables, beds, desks, dressers, and more. Furniture that comforts, furniture that endures, all with a blue steel spring at its core. FlexSteel, designed for living, built for life. Save big today during FlexSteel Spring Semi-Annual Sale.
Dorsey Furniture, open 7 days a week, Route 1A Holden.
Comfort Shoes and More will make winter easier. Next Grip men's and ladies' boots feature cutting-edge technology to make walkways a breeze. Corkers are made with interchangeable soles to conquer the roughest winter conditions. Navitec with the flip it and clip it spikes make you confident no matter what the conditions are. Bruce McDonald's trained podorthist will make sure the fit is perfect for you. See why thousands of people have trusted Comfort Shoes and More for all of their footwear. Take the drive today to Comfort Shoes and More in Newport.
News doesn't happen in a newsroom, it happens out here in our communities.
It's more than just the headlines, it's stories of regular people doing extraordinary things.
And every morning on Good Morning Maine, we'll bring you those unique stories.
Stories that you won't see anywhere else.
And no matter what your plans are, we'll keep you prepared with a look at your local weather forecast for the day ahead.
Better mornings start right here.
Weekday mornings starting at 6 on Fox 22's Good Morning Maine.
You just wait around a minute, something awful's bound to happen. You saved me. That's what we're here for.
911 Lone Star, Tuesday on Fox.
Well, this was fun. Look what we did today. High temperatures back in the mid-40s across much of the area. We melted a lot of snow today, but there is some more snow in the 5-day forecast. Temperature-wise, though, we're going to hang out above average for a while, including tomorrow, also for Tuesday into Wednesday, and even 40s are back in the forecast by the weekend. Okay, but we do have more snowfall on the way. Potentially our first nor'easter of the season will be impacting us later Tuesday into Wednesday. That could bring a hefty snowfall across the area once again. So here's what to expect. So a potential nor'easter again Tuesday into Wednesday. That's for snow and wind. Heaviest down east areas, coastal areas. Winds could gust near 40 miles per hour at times. And keep in mind the forecast will likely change a bit. The whole thing can move toward our east, and that could miss us entirely. But overall, look for some effects from this beginning Tuesday into Wednesday. Here is the energy now across the Great Lakes area. It's going to combine with some energy over here and move up our way, and that's going to bring us a perfect track for a nor'easter. It's going to bomb out and bring us lots of energy across our region, and watch it come in this way. We'll gain up with this system here, and then all of a sudden you get poof, right? And that's going to travel off the coast Tuesday into Wednesday, and on that track right now, the snow gets pushed back our direction, and that will likely, with some wind, and that snow could be heavy Tuesday into Wednesday across our region. So travel plans Tuesday and Wednesday will likely be impacted across the area. Let's walk you through it once again. So here we go for tonight, no worries at all. For tomorrow, no worries. Here's Tuesday noon, still not snowing yet Tuesday noon, just back off to our west. But that will overspread the area by late in the day on Tuesday. Here's Tuesday evening, 11 o'clock or so. Light to moderate to heavy snow. And then kind of the whole thing begins to wind down Wednesday morning as it gets out of here by Wednesday evening. And then a very nice day gets in here on Thursday. I'm going to run the snowfall into the early parts of Tuesday night into Wednesday. You get the idea. All of this kind of moving our way. But again, expect some forecast changes with this, especially in the snowfall amounts getting in here Tuesday into Wednesday. And there will be some wind. We could see wind gusts near 40 miles per hour midweek. Out there tonight, though, the wind will actually go calm for several hours tonight. And we don't do that very often around here. But already the advisories are being posted. In here is a gale watch, also a winter storm watch in here as well. That's going to all be expanded in our direction, likely beginning tomorrow for effects getting in here Tuesday into Wednesday. Peeking down the road, though, and around the corner, we have more of this on the way. There could be another system about 7 days from now that brings us the same effects across our region. I know, a very active pattern, right? For tonight, though, lots of clouds out there, partly cloudy skies out there. Look for low temperatures down near 23 with a calm wind after midnight. For tomorrow, lots of clouds around, highs back up, and we're going to melt some snow tomorrow, high near 42 with a southeast breeze around 5. And then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast shows tomorrow, a very nice day. Tuesday morning looking good too. There's that chance for snow and wind Tuesday, also into Wednesday, and then much warmer Thursday into Friday. AJ?
Thanks, Jeff. Not happy about that chance for snow and wind. But stay with us. Ryan Sudall's next with sports.
Bring your vision and enjoy better light and added security and energy savings with quality windows and doors from Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
So with a Planet Fitness Black Card, I'll get a post-workout glow like that guy.
Everybody knows that you need to glow.
And I get a free Amazon Halo to track my fitness and sleep.
Sign up for the PF Black Card for $1 down, $24.99 a month, and get a free Amazon Halo View. Ends March 15th.
Say goodbye to lag times and death spirals with our crazy fast fiber internet. At GoNet Speed, we've dropped our prices on fiber. That means hello to fast fiber internet starting at just $49.95 per month. Or go up to 1 gig, that's 1,000 megabits per second, for only $69.95 a month. The lowest prices we've ever offered. No contract, no hidden fees, no joke. Visit GoNetspeed.com to check availability in your area.
Accused, all new Tuesday on Fox.
It's an epic new season with weekly themes and a special new twist.
What? Somebody's messing with us.
The Masked Singer, Wednesday on Fox.
Hey everybody, Ryan Soudal here. Thank you so much for joining us. We're not done with hoops just yet, and how could we be with such a huge weekend? Let's start over at Husson with the annual McDonald's Senior All-Star Games. On Saturday, nearly 100 of Maine's star senior hoopers, both on and off the court, showed their skills across 4 games at the Newman Gymnasium. The 43rd annual event, as always, raises money for Ronald McDonald House Charities of Maine, which keep families closer to their ill children while they receive medical care. With that and the action in mind, it's a day no one wants to miss.
We have 2 houses, one in Portland and one in Bangor. We also have family rooms within both the hospitals, Maine Medical Center and Eastern Maine Medical Center. So 100% of the net proceeds benefit RMHC Maine.
It brings the community together. These young athletes get to show off their skill in both academics and athleticism, and the whole community comes together with friends and family.
For the seniors chosen as All-Stars, it's considered to be one of the biggest honors they can receive. It being the last time they'll take the court as high schoolers, seniors like Bella McClellan of Hamden Academy say it's the perfect way to culminate all their dedication to their games.
It kind of, for me, validates the amount of work that I've put in over the years. I don't think people realize that it really is a big sacrifice to be good at what you do. I feel like everybody was really deserving, and it kind of just shows that when you put in the work, you get what it earns.
Okay, let's stick with basketball now and more. With the new Nokomis Regional High being open for a couple years now, almost everything has been moved over from the old school. But there was one glaring exception until Saturday. Banners. At a ceremony Saturday, all 6 team state champions in school history received new banners hung high above the gym. Football, field hockey, basketball, and track teams were all honored with players, coaches, and families of those teams watching. Athletic Director Simon Elias says that this day is indicative of what the community of Nokomis is all about.
Just looking around right now and watching them, these teams get back together and share memories and experiences, there's nothing like it, and I really do feel like Nokomis has a way about it where the community is strong, champions near and dear to our hearts, and hopefully we win a lot more, but it's just a really fun night to have everyone here today.
The most recent state title, of course, was boys basketball last year. Naturally, it wasn't that hard to track everyone down, including Ace and Cooper Flagg. On spring break from Montverde Academy, the Superstar twins made the trip up. Cooper was also formally recognized for his USA Athlete of the Year win and his Gatorade Player of the Year win. Both brothers see Saturday alone as being worth the trek back to Newport.
It's just great to be able to come back for such an important day for our school and to be able to spend it with our family, which is our team, and just see all the other state championship teams and how special it is in this community.
I mean, just being able to be back in general is just a great feeling, and being back in this gym that we spent so many hours in last year, and just coming back and seeing all our friends and family and everyone that's been supporting us this whole time is a really good feeling.
Now for some more basketball. Another annual event happened at Orono High School Saturday. It was the 5th edition of the Courageous Steps Project's Unified Fun Day Festival. The event consisted of 8 unified teams from our area playing in 2 games each over the course of the day. Besides being an awesome showcase for the unified athletes, it serves as a benefit for the Courageous Steps Project, which provides services and resources to local programs for young Mainers with disabilities. Courageous Steps founder Connor Archer sees this special day as more than just a fundraiser.
Really is about getting all these players together for a great day full of basketball and just to have fun. It's not about winning or losing. It's just about having a fun day, playing basketball and making memories that last for a long time.
And it's hard to deny that when you see the action unfold. Not a frown in the house, and for good reason. Fun Day provides amazing opportunities for inclusion and, as Archer said, building relationships. There's too many amazing parts about the day to name, so here's some athletes on their favorites.
It's nice because I get to, there's a couple kids from Brewer that I know outside of this, and seeing them today is pretty awesome, knowing that they share the same morals.
Mostly it's the exercise that I like to do because I'm trying to actually lose more weight. I just like unified basketball in general.
I also call you YMCA.
You like dancing? You like dancing the YMCA?
Yeah.
And we love those halftime dance parties. How about some state championship hockey to close out? Cape Elizabeth against Messalonsky in the Class B final in Portland. Second period, that's Nick Laughlin coming in hot with a laser to give Cape a 1-0 lead. Just over a minute later, it's Laughlin again. Here comes his second goal of the game. What a moment for the senior captain. 2-0 Capers. Third period now, it's 3-1 Capers. Will Durkee off the turnover for Meso makes him pay for it, and he scores. It's 3-2 with 10 minutes to play, but just minutes later, Cape would get a huge insurance goal. It's Sebastian Moon off the rebound, his second goal of the game. Capers lead 4-2, and Cape Elizabeth would hang on to win the Class B state championship 4-3 over Messalonsky, ending a 17-year title drought. Well, that's all the time we have for sports. I'm Ryan Sudol. We'll be back right after the break.
Family owned and operating in the Bangor area for more than 10 years. Crosby's Welding is here to help you. We specialize in steel, stainless steel, and aluminum welding and fabrication. We serve many of the local industries from Maine lobstermen to the commercial trucking industry and everything in between. Fully mobile on-site construction services right down to custom signs and fire pits. Fast, friendly, reliable service. Give us a call today for a free estimate, 974-7815.
Realtors at Morrison & Company with Next Home Experience have been serving satisfied clients since 2016. With more than $25 million in sales for 2022 alone, we hold the expertise to get you from under contract to closing during this very personal experience. Our modern and hands-on approach will get you where you want to be, faster and with less hassle. Call us today for your real estate options.
Dad, not another showing.
Here at Garrett's Auto Sales, we believe in fair prices, superior service, and always treating the customer right. We have a fantastic selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs to choose from, with some priced under $10,000. All our vehicles come with a complimentary 30-day warranty and can be seen at garrettsauto.com. Come see us at Garrett's Auto Sales, where we focus on you, the customer. We're located just 2 miles from the Brewer Walmart on Route 1A. We look forward to meeting you.
Since 1950, Fairhaven Camps, located in Brooks, Maine, has provided quality Christian summer camping experiences to young people from Maine and beyond. At Fairhaven Camps, we empower youth from ages 6 through 17 to seek the truth of the gospel of Jesus Christ. Fairhaven Camps offers day or overnight camps as well as horsemanship and wilderness camps. Fairhaven Camps is now hiring for summer staff and accepting registration for campers. To sign up, apply, or donate, please visit www.fairhavencamps.org or call us today.
Hi folks, this is Barry Gass of Gass Horse Supply and Western Wear in Orono. We've been in business since 1911, and our third-generation family-owned business can't wait to show you our unique line of Western wear and Western tack. We have Western boots, shirts, hats, belts, and buckles for the entire family, and Western tack from bridles to saddles and everything in between for your horse.
Gass Horse Supply and Western Wear, where the American West comes alive in Maine.
We're coming up there! See you never!
Gordon Ramsay does not do losing.
We on Next Level Chef, baby.
Next Level Chef, Thursday on Fox.
The House passes a bill that would allow court clerks to deny marriage licenses based on personal beliefs in Tennessee. Many are now asking what this could mean for people within the LGBTQ plus community and interracial or different faith couples looking to tie the knot if this bill is signed into law. Fox's Peyton Muse has the story.
Eric Patton is a minister, and he says this is exactly why he decided to do what he does. And he says current language in the bill leaves a lot of things open for interpretation.
The way it is worded, they're opening a legal challenge. That's exactly what they're doing, and they're wording it vaguely like they've done most of the bills that are attacking the LGBTQ community, like that are attacking Nashville as a city.
Chris Sanders with Tennessee Equality Project says these bills affect more people than just one community, paving the way for difficulties for interracial couples.
It's a bill that looks like it affects the LGBTQ community, usually affects a whole lot of other people as well. So everybody ought to have concerns about these kinds of bills. And everybody in Tennessee has a right to contact your own state senator and your own state representative.
I reached out to the sponsors of the bill, Senator Mark Pody, and he says he couldn't comment today. Fox 17 News went straight to the co-sponsor of the bill's office, Representative Monty Fitt's office. He had a sign on the door saying he was out for the day. Fox 17 News also emailed Representative Fitt's office, who says they did not believe that he would have time to speak with us today.
The American dream is apparently beyond the reach of a lot of Americans who live in the Northeast. A new study shows many people in New York, Connecticut, and Massachusetts are tenants instead of homeowners. For example, more than 79% of people living in Newark, New Jersey, rent their homes. The investment property exchange services company known as IPX 1031, which is based in Hackensack, New Jersey, says 71% of renters surveyed say they would like to own, but money issues, climbing interest rates, responsibility, and debt loads are holding them back. The company is generally the rate of homeownership is the highest in the South and the West. Arizona is at the top of the list of cities of the highest rates in ownerships at the 92%. And another story, a famous ice cream treat sold at Disney parks will soon be making its way to the grocery stores. The Dole Whip, typically a pineapple-flavored soft service ice cream, will soon be available to buy at local grocery stores. The store-bought Dole Whip will now come in 3 flavors: pineapple, mango, and strawberry. No exact date for store arrival has been set. The sweet treat arrived at Disney World in the mid-1980s and has been a fan favorite ever since. That's all for tonight. We hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll see you back here at 10 tomorrow night.
CEM DP Porter Contractors has been in business for over 40 years in the Bangor area. We specialize in design build for commercial, medical, and residential. We can assist our customers with anything from lot procurement to helping find financing for your project, along with building maintenance and renovations. CEM DP Porter Contractors is currently hiring in Herman for multiple positions, including carpenters and laborers. We offer vacation, holidays, a 3% IRA match, and competitive pay. If interested in applying, please contact Jason at 207-848-7486. Pond Hill Farms in Brooks, Maine offers 100% grass-fed beef in a variety of ways. Choose between individual cuts that are state inspected and ready to pop in your fridge or freezer. If you're looking to stock up, Pond Hill Farms offer the option to purchase hanging weight by quarter, half, or whole. We also offer live cattle if you're looking to grow your own herd. Pond Hill Farms also offer rental cottages with spectacular views of the farm and the Maine outdoors. Whether you're looking for fresh Maine meat or a gorgeous place to vacation, Pond Hill Farms is the place to be.
Here at Black Fly Coffee Company, quality will never be compromised. No matter what type of coffee you choose, whether it's hot, iced, or frozen,